Hey, what's up everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to Karpo Gaming and another Fallout 76 video. Well, the new update is finally here, ladies and gentlemen, and it is pretty exciting because we have a whole bunch to get into. These are the patch notes for update 1.51. Now, as always in these videos, we're going to head over to Bethesda.net. We're going to check out all of the loveliness that is coming to Fallout 76. So, if at any given time you found this video helpful or just a little bit entertaining, please, by all means, you can follow, like, subscribe on all social media platforms, but especially on YouTube. Why? It helps these videos get out there in the YouTube algorithm. And I'm able to give back more and do more giveaways, just like the giveaway that I got going right now for Resident Evil Village. Links down below in the description. Now, thanks for watching. We're going to hop over to Bethesda.net and we're going to check out the new locked and loaded update patch notes, update 1.51, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, we have the new claim loot system in Season 4, reboot your special, you can have a second camp, new vending machines, new whole daily ops, and a whole lot more. Now, the update version is 1.51 and, well, the downloads is kind of large. PC Bethesda.net 22 gigabytes, PC Microsoft Store 62, PC Steam they're winning at 11.2, PlayStation 4 58, yeah, I'm downloading it right now, and Xbox One 65.7 gigabytes. First up, ladies and gentlemen, the CZ4 Armor Ace in Cold Steel. They're kicking off Season 4 and introducing a new scoreboard. It's going to arrive today after you finish downloading your update, where you're going against the Yukon 5. You can rank up the new scoreboard. It's going to feature 100 ranks. As always, you have new rewards that you can get after, and of course we have those mannequins as well, which I definitely want to get in my camp. Next up, we have special loadouts. Now, special loadouts offer even more adaptability to your characters in the face of the Wasteland's ever-growing threats by allowing you to modify or completely reboot your special attributes for free. Visit a punch card machine at any time to adjust your special to your heart's content. Change your perk card selection and save your new custom setup into a slot. Your characters will gain access to special loadouts starting at level 25. Currently, each character can have up to 2 special loadout slots, and you can swap between them using a punch card machine. In addition, you can rename your loadout slots, which will help you quickly tell them apart. At level 25, you'll learn the plan to build a punch card machine in your camp so that you can change your loadout whenever you head home. While you're in your camp, open up the build menu, navigate to the crafting tab, select the punch card machine, and place it down. They also place punch card machines at train stations throughout Appalachia, in the crater, and at Foundation. You can use any punch card machine you find in other player camps as well. They've also removed the move a point option on the level up screen, since special loadouts allow you to change your stats much more easily. Next up, we have camp slots. Have you ever found the perfect spot to start building in Appalachia and always wanted a second home, saying that place would be so much better? Well, you can do that now after today's update. Each camp you construct is now saved as a camp slot, which you can access and manage through the new camp slots menu in the upper left corner of the map. Currently, each of your characters will have access to 2 camp slots, the camp you already have in game plus an additional slot. You can use the camp slots menu to see all your current camp slots, rename them, choose their map icons, and decide whether your camp is visible to other players on the map. Camps names are only visible to players who built them. You can have 1 active camp at a time, and all of the other camps will be considered stored. Your camp map icon will appear gold to you. If you enable your camp public map icon, it will appear on the map in white to other players. When the public map icon is displayed, only you will be able to see it. Only you will be able to see the icons for your stored camps. Additionally, powering a vending machine no longer automatically adds a vendor icon to your camp's location on the map. Instead, you must set this yourself from using the camp slots menu. To change which camp you would like to use, head to the map to click on one of your camps or select it in the camp slots menu and then choose Activate Camp. Your stored camp will not load into the world, show icons to other players on the map, or produce resources from resource generators. Next up, vending machines and display case updates. With the introduction of camp slots, we also made changes to the way vending machines and display cases work. Your vending machines will have the same shared inventory across all your camps so that you will not need to reassign the items you would like to sell every time you build a new camp. We also have merged all vending machine item slots into a single pool, which means you will now be able to sell the maximum number of items with just one vending machine. Other types of camps items like refrigerators and fermenters now also share their inventories across your different camps. Your display cases, however, are not shared across camps, which will give you the ability to show off different items in your homes. Now, while they are working to implement camp slots, they also added the ability to build and use display cases and vending machines inside of your shelters. Vending machines and shelters will share the same slots and item assignments as those you have built in your camps. Display cases you build inside shelters will allow you to assign different items from any displays you may have in your camp. And finally, they made an adjustment so that items you place in your display cases will no longer consume any of your camp's build budget. That is freaking awesome. It's going to save a lot of camp space right there. Now, Daily Ops expansion, ladies and gentlemen, it's getting a big revamp, and oh boy, it's going down today. With today's update, they nearly double the amount of Daily Ops content with a new description mode. That's right, the decryption mode. You're on an assignment to disable 3 radio interceptors for burn and dodge. To do this, you need to hunt for 3 enemy code carriers and then take them down to get a special code you can use to disable the radio interceptor. Now, after that, enemy waves you face will become more difficult after each interceptor you disable until you kill the final Daily Ops boss and pull the plug on the final interceptor. We have new mutations inside of these as well. Enemies in decryption have a new default mutation called Savage Strike, so watch out if they're charging you, which makes their attacks more deadly and cause them to ignore your armor resistance. They've also added several new mutations to the randomizer pool that can be applied to enemies in Daily Ops mode. We have group regeneration, where enemies heal when grouped together, swift-footed when enemies have extra fast movement and melee attack speed, so watch out for that. And then toxic blood. On death, enemies leave behind a poisonous, hazardous pool. New enemy types they added: Scorch, Mothman cultists, and mole miners as well into the Daily Ops mode. And we have new locations like Vault 96, Watoga Raider Arena, and West Tech Research Center, all new, randomized for Daily Ops. And the reward updates. In this update for Daily Ops, they're adding a new host of new rewards, including new coveted Covert Scout armor, which has some built-in stealth utility. Yeah, awesome, need that in my life. They're also adding plans for the Unstoppable Monster and Medical Malpractice legendary weapons, and a variety of new plans for objects you can build inside of your camp. That's pretty cool. Following community feedback, they also rebalanced Daily Ops reward list to give players a better chance at getting rare rewards. Next up, additional design updates. Under combat, melee attack updates, they've implemented a number of new fixes, tweaks, and improvements to player melee attacks so that the strikes are a little bit more consistent on targets. Event Hunt for the Treasure Hunter, they have a new one, look out for that. In user interface, aim assist, they added new game settings for players who use controllers that will help them more easily snap their crosshairs to enemies when aiming down a sight when ranged weapons. And batch crafting, you can now assemble, forge, cook, and manufacture an entire stack of an item all at once using the new slider that they added when you're crafting at a workbench. To do this, select the item you want to craft and this adjusts the slider to the quantity that you want. And world activity updates. The world activity menu now includes more than Daily Ops. It will now help you stay up to date with many more activities in the world, including active nuke zone events nearby, vending machines, and a whole lot more. Next up, improvement and bug fixes. Under arts and graphics, game camera. Taking lethal damage from PvP combat while exiting power armor no longer causes issues with the camera. Also, lighting. The world laugh in the kill, laugh, love neon sign no longer appeals much brighter than the rest of the sign. Modular silver stand-up animation now play correctly when players get up after using the modular silver power armor. Portions of Raider Armor, Scabbard, Raider, Waster, and Armor Ace Power Armor sets no longer block parts of the screen while using heavy weapons in first-person view, and also propellers on the Vertiguard Power Armor Jetpack now animate correctly after leaving an interceptor. They also fixed the issue that could occasionally cause power armor pieces to appear separately from the player's character model when loading into the world. They also fixed the issue that could cause placed power armor to be invisible to some players during a nuclear winter match. Also, when placing a set of power armor, the placement preview now displays any attached power armor pieces instead of an empty chassis. And also the Hare, H-A-R-E, Power Armor Jetpack now correctly displays flame visual effects while it is in use. Also, applying the Camo Secret Service Jetpack mod to the T65 Power Armor no longer automatically applies the Camo Secret Service paint to the Power Armor torso. And last but not least, Vertibots no longer appear to stutter while flying through the air. Next up, camps and workshops. For build, players can no longer open the build menu while simultaneously interacting with furniture. Build categories no longer disappear from the menu, even if a player lacks resources to craft those in the categories and then toggles buildable objects on and off. Also, they have a budget fix. Fix the rare issue that could cause a player's store budget to exceed 100% despite having no items in storage. Also, the counter for objects that have a build limit, like torches and lights, now visually updates correctly as the player builds those objects. Collectron Station adjusted the budget cost to build a gold Collectron Station so that it matches all of the Collectron Stations. Defenses, perimeter wall railings can once again be built on upper floors, and an exploit fix, addressing exploits that enable players to stack the bonuses from furniture buffs. Also, furniture. Players now can leave any furniture they are currently using if they are interacting with another piece of furniture. And stairs with pots, they now can be stacked on top of themselves. This will allow players to construct multi-level 2x1 staircases without needing to use standalone posts. And also stairs fix the issue preventing some objects from being placed on the floor beneath stairs and posts. Workshops, the outline that appears for valid resource extractor placements is now blue instead of green. In wall decor, free states wall signs will now correctly appear under the wall decor tab in the build menu. Under challenges, daily ops enemies like cultists, blood eagle robots, and etc. now correctly displays that progress when you are killing those specific types of enemies. Now next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have the daily ops. Under general, when leaving the daily ops, players are now correctly returned to the location where they joined the op rather than their last fast travel location. Fixed issue causing certain daily ops enemies to have lower defenses than intended. Upon completing a daily op, enemies will now stop spawning and any that remains will automatically be destroyed. Enemies added a new sound effect to eye bums in the robot faction. Hopefully that will warn players. Made a layout improvement for the burning mine and the burrows to aid players in their movement and reduce distortion. Also, Operation Report fixed the issue that could cause the rare reward selection for the Operation Report to appear blank after completing daily ops quickly enough to reach the upper reward tier. Resilient fixed the issue in which resilient enemies sometimes do not die after players hit them with the valid melee attack in teams. Team leaders are no longer kicked from daily ops if the team disbands. Uplink mode increased the interaction speed of the uplink object and also fixed the issue in the burning mine that could cause not only enemies to spawn during uplink mode. Under items, apparel, the camos, tactical ops, and vintage football outfits now correctly displayed on top of the player's armor. Repairing a piece of broken armor while it is still equipped no longer prevents that armor from applying defensive bonuses. Headwear, the Moonshine Mama, the Old Man Summer Fashnot mask can now be assigned to display cases. Also, the Fashnot Brahma mask is now scrappable. An empty power armor chassis is no longer occasional, appears when other players enters a set of power armor. Also, the Hare and Park Ranger power armors now have appropriate damage and radiation resistances. Also, you can't store that here. Error messages no longer appears when attempting to transfer a T65 or Stringly Heart power armor pieces from one power armor chassis to another. Also, fixed rare issue in which players could not exit their power armor or access the Pit-Boy. Weapons, the 44 pistol paint now can be correctly applied to the medical malpractice weapon, and also damage number displays when attacking with a salvage assaultron head now matches the damage dealt. And weapons, melee weapons now properly take condition damaging when attacked. Under performance and stability, client stability, fixed an Xbox One client crash related to viewing the friends list, fixed a PlayStation 4 client crash that could occur during the Fertile Soil event. Also, the client no longer crashes during a nuclear winter match after hacking a terminal and choosing the reveal enemy options. Also, fix the issue that could cause a client crash when connecting to a nuclear winter match. Loading, fast traveling after using a shelter entrance that was placed inside of a shelter no longer results in an infinite loading screen and improved performance when opening the map menu. Under legendary perks, electron absorption now works against any other laser attack in addition to energy attack. Under quest and events, early warning, the quest objects fine heating coils at Appy's bunker now displays how many coils the player needs to collect. Seasonal events, Fashion Night Day and Grand Mika will now display as complete in the Pip-Boy following the player's next successful completion of these events. And secrets reveal. Fix several issues with Digger and other Secret Service members that could prevent the quest from progressing. Under sounds, bobblehead. The Charisma bobblehead now plays appropriate sound effects when players consume it. And Compound Bow now plays appropriate sound effects if the player has no ammo when they attempt to fire. Curtain Door now plays appropriate sound effects when opening or close. Emotes. The laughing emote sound effects will now stop playing if the emote is interrupted before completion. And iBots no longer bah like the imposter Seep Squatch when they explode. And Rustic Watermill now plays appropriate sound effects when it is destroyed. Next up, we have user interface. Under controls, fix the issue that could occasionally cause the game controls to lock up when exiting a workbench. Also, the game controls no longer lock up for a player who is using the power armor station if someone else camps when their owner logs out. Controllers, rapidly pressing the use button while entering power armor no longer causes the game controls to lock up. Also on Xbox, entering a set of power armor immediately after modifying it at the power armor station near Grafting Dam no longer causes the controls to lock up. Custom item names, after selling an item that have a custom name, that custom name slot will be correctly returned to the player so that they can rename another item. And exploit fix. Fix the exploit that could allow players to equip more perk cards than intended. Localization in the German client, players' names are no longer cut off at the top of the screen when capturing a workshop. Map Bloody Frank is now labeled correctly on the map. Notifications fix the issue on login that caused the player's season ranks to visually reset to 1 in the menus, and fanfares for all their previously earned ranks to play in sequence. Notification, the fanfare that appears after discovering a new location now scales down for long location names so that the text does not cut off. Pip-Boy, it receives through player-to-player trades from player vending machines, now correctly appears in the Pip-Boy new tab. Also, when viewing a weapon stats in the Pip-Boy, the damage numbers displayed in the item card and in the lower right corner of the weapon tab are now consistent. Stats for items in the Pip-Boy new tab no longer persist if the players consume or drops that item. Items from the Pip-Boy item tab no longer sometimes appear when viewing the effects tab. Social player icons no longer appear from the recent player menu when players exit the game, and also opening the context menu on the player's name in the friends list and then switching tabs no longer prevents the player from scrolling through social media options and tutorials. The tutorial pop-up for buildings inside shelters will now only appear once. And last but not least, to wrap it up, Underworld General fix several locations throughout the Appalachian where players could see out of the world. Painting fixed a number of objects in the world that players could paint through or clip through. Paintings corrected several locations throughout the world where players could become stuck. The Ash Heap added missing radiation hazards to fires inside of abandoned mine shafts in the Ash Heap. And last but not least, Vault-Tec University. Players can now enter the Vault-Tec University instance while on a team. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Almost 20 minutes of patch notes. You still here with me? Hey, you didn't have to read them. So yeah, I guess you kind of saved yourself some time. The new update is here. It is rather kind of large. Update 1.51, new camp slots, vending machines, new daily ops, new rewards, and a whole lot more. It's a good time to be in Appalachian for sure. But for right now, that's pretty much going into the video, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you truly enjoyed it. Once again, if you're new to the channel, how you doing? Welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, because right here at Karpo Game, I do upload a wide variety of videos ranging from updates, tips, and tricks, guides, and news from a whole bunch of different games, just like Fallout 76. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to enter into that giveaway for Resident Evil Village. Good luck. Thank you for everybody for your love and support. With your help watching these videos, I'm able to give back more and do more giveaways. So thank you. And as always, I'll be seeing y'all in the next one. Later.